Get that going. So, when I assume you get regular body work, is that?
I'm not as good as I should be.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
But I would like to.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is it that we're wanting to focus on today? We have an hour and a half.
Okay.
So,
I'm always tight all over. I work out 5 days a week, and of course I do body work. So.
yeah.
But left shoulder is always an issue in here, and then I'm tight everywhere.
Okay.
There's nothing really besides this that might need extra attention.
Okay. Yeah, and if while we're working, if you find something, just communicate with me. So have you received mat-based bodywork before besides the Thai Jam that one time?
I have.
Cool. So you're familiar.
I used to go to San Francisco all the time.
Okay, cool. So you're well versed.
Thai, yeah.
Very good. So yeah, just communicate with me if things like not enough, too much. If you feel like you're holding your breath or like protecting, just let me know, because I always say it to everyone, but women don't really have that problem. It's more of men that are like, I want to see what I can take. And it's like, you don't need to do that. Yeah. But they always want to do that. So we will go ahead and we will get started in sideline position. I want to have you work on, and I didn't ask, do you want the mat warmer on?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Cool. I have it on just in case. You might feel air. I have the AC off right now because it's so pretty out, and I have that window open, so I'm going to shut that window since we're getting started. So we'll start with the arm up that's bothering you, the shoulder up.
This one?
Yep.
So like this?
No, we'll just lay down on your side. Okay. Is it right or left?
This one.
Cool. So we'll flip and face that way. Okay. I feel like that's what we were doing here. Perfect. Straighten those legs out for me. I'm going to give you this. You can go ahead and pop your leg up. Perfect. So I did just wash my hands before coming in here, but I'm still going to use some sanitizer. I'll shut this window before I do all that. Oh, no, you can always talk. It's totally fine. No, I mean, these recordings are great because there's a lot of therapists that want to see how the flow goes. Yeah. And so I have someone like in Germany that I'll post a video and they'll be like, okay, cool, when's the next one? I'm like, I just posted. So I try to give them some, I'm going to record on my phone too. And this one's going to be just like, I'm going to speed it up. They like those. But yeah, it's like they just want more and more. So I'm like, shoot, I need to get some recordings going so I can keep these people happy.
How have you been?
I've been good. Just trucking along. Pick your head up briefly for me. I'm just going to move this towards the front. Perfect. Everything's been good.
Should I take my earrings out or they?
No, it should be in the way. What kind of pressure do you generally enjoy?
Pretty deep work, but like this is different. So,
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I have one more camera coming in. It just didn't make it in yet. I was like, I looked at it. It was supposed to be here like last Friday. I was like, let me reorder. Try someone new.
Where'd you get it from?
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my first round of cameras, it was like, everything seemed like it was fine. And then it just kept like freezing and failing. And I was like, what is this? Too much. Like, I need you to just work.
Are you still doing solid core?
No, I took a break. I feel like my psoas gets so tight. Like I basically have to immediately get body work to like release my psoas. So until I can get that little not machine, but the little tool that's like the $200 hip hook tool, ew. I'm like, I don't know, taking a break from it. Because it's like the line from my knees. It'll be like adductors up to psoas just lock. I'm like, okay, that's not good.
You may try to agree because it's a little different.
I'm going to have to.
It's so much slower. So I feel like, you can just modify. Solid core so fast.
Is it?
Yeah. I did it and I was sore for like a week.
Really? So with the shoulder, were you saying that it mainly bothers you back here?
Mm-hmm. Exactly where you were.
Perfect. Your business just rocking and rolling out there?
I'm busy. Nobody else is.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because, like, I hired a new esthetician,
Mm.
and then, of course, I don't want her to have no appointments, so I've been giving her mine, and of course, I want to do more skincare and less massage, so
Mm-hmm.
it's just a little bit of a struggle for me.
Yeah, everything's a little bit on the slow side right now.
Yeah, this month has been crazy slow.
Mm-hmm. I think people are still recovering from the holidays. Like it's strange.
Sorry.
I know. But if you go all out over Christmas and then you're in a line of work that's slow as well, it's hard to recover from that,
Unfortunately, I sold a shit ton of packages.
Hmm.
And then I've got my membership, so I always have
That's awesome. You always have something coming in.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is when it's a membership and they have a credit in their account, and then you go in and you're like, shit, I'm not really making anything today because
Mm-hmm.
I've already been paid.
You've already been paid. Yep. Yeah, it's weird wrapping your mind around that. It's like, this is good.
Mm-hmm. Weren't you changing booking softwares or something?
Well, I'm basically gonna like completely rebrand eventually. When I started my business 9 years ago, I was like a service provider. I did all the massage, any, pregnancy, sports, what do you need?
Yeah.
And now I'm, chronic pain focused. And so I don't know, I need to talk with someone that does websites and kind of like see if what I'm thinking is right. But I basically did a trade for my website many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he just, was that HostGator is how he made it?
But like, is it WordPress? Is it...
Screw if I know. I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
I do.
I try so hard and I'm like, I had to message him and be like, please, I can't get my phone number updated. He's like, you just needed to clear your cache. And I'm like, ugh. I was struggling for days on it. I was like, why is it not working? Because he gave me a little tutorial on how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like recorded it 3 years ago. And
yours should be easy, didn't it?
you would think.
To do.
You would think.
If it's on WordPress.
Yeah, I need to get it. It's all code. So I need to basically get something that's more like that I can edit and blog and all that stuff. Because right now it's just
how many pages is it?
Not that many. It's like 5.
Oh, that'd be so easy.
Oh, so easy. I'm like, I just don't know what the frick I'm doing. But yeah, I feel like there's some sort of underlying words that help you get searched, right? That they set up when you're building it. That's just my guess.
Yeah, and you can buy a plugin that'll help you with all of that, and it'll help you rank better.
So that's where I'm at. Because I'm like, back then, even if you did use the proper like search phrases, I've changed in the 9 years,
Yeah.
But I have a feeling he put some BS on mine, like, like body rub or something. I'm like, that is not the correct phrase I need pulling up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just don't know. I put my business closed down on Yelp, and so far I haven't had any perverts messaging me lately. And so I'm like, is that it? Just taking myself off Yelp? Because I feel like those people are all on Yelp.
No, I feel like nobody uses Yelp anymore.
All the perverts do.
So
I'll get a message from someone asking for some weird stuff, and I'll be like, "Did you find me on Yelp?" They say, "Yep." I'm like, gosh darn it. So far it's been working.
I'll take a look at your website.
I appreciate.
Have you always worked out of your house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to live in a condo over off of like Stecca Mesa for like 10 years, and I've been working out of that, all besides the past 3 years.
And you're comfortable having people in your house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never had any issues. I think once I started doing Vigero at the paperwork digital, and they have to have a card on file, that takes care of a lot of weirdos.
Okay.
If you don't want a card on file, or if you don't want to fill out information, that's like a red flag. It's like, well, you can go somewhere else, But never had any situations. I got cameras on the front, you know.
Yeah.
I think people are less likely to do crazy stuff when they know they're like on camera. Not that there's any in here when we're in session if I'm not recording, but they walk by like 3 cameras on the way in, so.
Yeah. I didn't notice them though. But I also
Yeah. They don't have any bad intentions. People with bad intentions might be looking, you know? You never know. When you sleep, how do you like to sleep? Are you a side sleeper?
I sleep on my back.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I elevate my bed.
That's the best. Is that the
I
esti in you?
always end up that way,
Yeah.
but it's how I fall asleep. And I put my heating pad on.
Heck yeah.
So it's on for 20 minutes.
That's fabulous. Yeah, I've been sleeping with my infrared pad on lately.
Have you been hurting?
Yeah, you know, I started doing Uber because it's so slow, and I'm like, some days it's totally not worth it. But I'm like, some days it's better to not sit around. It's like if I do my marketing, I have a little bit of time, might as well go drive around a little bit.
Much money doing that?
I mean, it's better than going and getting another job, you know what I mean, where you have to report and you have to, for the point of just like getting a little extra money here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know how people like live off of that.
They probably just work like
Crazy.
2 in the morning on Fridays.
Yeah. Yeah, and I won't do that.
Going out. And you got to deal with all the drunks.
Oh yeah, screw that. But yeah, just doing that for like, I literally did it 3 days. My body was so jacked up. I was like, Robert, help me. I'm sore. I'm like, I don't know how people do this. I'm used to having a lot of movement in my day. It was 1 6-hour day where I was just like trashed after.
You did it for 6?
6 hours. It was horrible. I was like, how did this happen? Because time flies, but then you're just like, you get out of the car after 6 hours, you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done to myself? But they give you these little goals, right? So they're like, get this many drives by this many time and you'll get this bonus. And so I was trying to hit this $100 bonus.
Did you make it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But we've been hitting the hot tub every night and just kind of getting recovery in.
I need to get my hot tub back up and running.
Yeah, it's the season.
Yeah, it'll be the second season we don't have it.
Oh no, what happened?
The cover flew off, and then we didn't really pay attention to it, and so it was running, and there was not enough water in it. So I think,
Oh no, one of your pumps go out?
yeah.
Gosh, it stinks. Deep
But
breath
it has,
in.
it's been spitting out ball bearings.
Oh
That's a
no.
whole nother issue.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is, but we just have to figure it out.
Oh yeah. Pain in the booty.
You do massage for 4 hours.
It's easy. When people have issues, it's like, oh yeah, it's no deal. And it's more of like my horse people, my like tile, like people that like redo floors, like, cause they're all in these little balls, or they're, you know, the horse people, they're like flexing their adductors the whole time, you know, or they get so jacked. So it's like, we need that time. But 3 hours is a pretty good general length for everyone. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It flies by, really.
Minutes, because I never feel like I can get anything done. But all my clients are 90 and 2 hours.
It's the way to do it. I tell my clients, I'm like, a lot of you are so used to 60 minutes or 90 minutes, but you have to know it's better bang for your buck if you spend just a little bit more time. You know, I'm like, if you want us to just rub you where it hurts, you're going to feel like better because it's what you wanted, but there's other muscles involved and it's just not going to take care of your problem in the big picture. So once I kind of explain it to them like that, they're like, you're right. I'm like, I'll take your money, but I don't want to just take your money. I want you to feel better. Want your money to be like spent well. Yeah, it's a pretty big trip for people to come in for a 2 to 4 hour long session when they're used to like 60 to 90. But then they'll come in and they'll be like, oh, okay, I see why you do this. I'm like, yeah, I just need a little more time.
Wait, what do you charge for 3 hours?
3, just 100 an hour. So have you guys done a little bit of massage for each other since coming to class?
No.
Darn it. It's funny, the guys will always be like, damn it, I shouldn't be good at this because now I'm going to have to massage her.
I think I tried it like the day after, and then
Yeah. Hey, at least you have like some tools.
it's just one of those.
I mean, for you, you know what you're doing and stuff, but for him, it's like giving him a little guidance.
Yeah. But I think we just, for me, it's like once I'm home.
The last thing you want to do is that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say one thing too. I did 6 weeks, no booze, no sugar except for like fruit,
Mm-hmm.
natural,
Mm-hmm.
and barely any gluten, like 1.5 pieces of toast, maybe a couple days a week. And I will say, my pain decreased substantially. Like I could notice a huge difference.
It makes such a big
The
difference.
inflammation that food causes, and alcohol.
And all those sugars.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I notice a big difference if I'm not taking my glutamine or my magnesium regularly. I start to feel like the pains creep.
I was reading something or watching a video about some magnesium spray that you can put on your feet at night. It's supposed to help with sleep.
That's awesome.
I was gonna look for that.
Yeah, I use a magnesium spray when we go to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll use everything. So I'll have like magnesium lotion, magnesium spray. Just depends on if I feel like touching it. You know, the spray is great because you don't have to touch it because I hate that grittiness. But it's really good doing that along with, I mean, I kind of like probably get close to having OD on magnesium when I'm in Colorado because I'll like do it in morning and night with baths.
Yeah.
But I feel good. I'm nice and relaxed.
What part of Colorado are you going to?
This next one, we're going to Keystone. We stay in the Rockies.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave on Wednesday. You and your friend getting into some fun stuff today?
We are going to Salty Soul.
Nice.
Since it's Valentine's, Marty and I already had some plans to do that arts and crafts thing. You know that upstairs circus downtown?
Yeah, I've heard about
Have you
it.
been?
I haven't been yet, but I've heard about it.
So we planned that. And then I'm supposed to hang out with him tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, fun.
And that's that. Oh, the Skylark.
Ooh. Lots of fun stuff.
Have you ever seen the Reverend View play?
I haven't.
They're so good. Yeah, I have a residency at Skylark.
Oh, that's awesome. Big breath in. Big breath. Big breath in. Mm-hmm. And
we were doing a bunch of side obliques. So
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. Do you ever do core power yoga?
I used to religiously. Like, I used to go 7 days a week.
Really? I love them.
I can't do yoga as much anymore because I'm hypermobile, and so I feel like as I age, I need to do stuff that's more about like strength and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I love it. So I go once a week to practice.
Practice yoga?
Yeah.
Is that the one on the east side, kind of?
I love it.
Yeah, I've seen it in ClassPass.
Yeah, Tova's amazing. So I take her Wednesday class. It's at 5:15. She does an alignment-based vinyasa. She's super quirky and cute, and she's just an awesome teacher. I love her.
Yeah, it's funny. Once I find my teacher, I'm like, okay, I must come.
Yeah.
That's how Karen, I have this gal named Karen's at Core Power, and I like love her. If it pops up that she's teaching, I'm like, must go. She has a ballet background, so it's always super interesting how she builds the class.
She varies it?
Mm-hmm. She's always building up. Oh, I know.
That's why stuff going
mm-hmm. And it's interesting that even my favorite gal at Black Swan does it that way, where she like does the same thing all month long.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I got used to it from doing Bikram because it's like always the same thing. But it's the cool thing about that is that you can actually see your practice like getting better because you're doing the same thing. But I'm a little bit on the ADD side, so I like new and different. You know, it's like a battle between the two.
Tova's always doing something different. Last week's class was super fun, but it was a lot of twisting.
Mm-hmm.
Core Power, did you hear you know the whole story?
No.
So they opened in San Diego,
Mm.
which is where I started practicing. Every teacher was different. It was incredible. So I took a 200-hour teacher training thing there, and Trevor, the owner at the time, would come in and practice. All the teachers would get so annoyed with him because he would do his own thing. The teacher would be teaching, and he would be doing headstands, whatever he felt like, which we all as students thought was so rude. But he was the owner, so do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he passed away. Like, they found him dead. I think he had a bit of a drinking problem. And
So sad.
climbed the ladder to do something.
Oh, so sad.
And yeah, dead in his house.
How long ago?
That was, gosh, I've been here almost 9 years, and yeah, time flies. So
Isn't it crazy? I
I'm
know.
thinking maybe about 7-ish years ago.
How sad.
but it wasn't so corporate like that until he passed away. And I don't know.
There's like all the family got involved or something.
Yeah. So,
Sold it because they didn't want to do it.
yeah. So I don't know who inherited or how he had his stuff set up, but that's when it changed.
Hmm. Let's go ahead and flip to the opposite side. I'll take this out of your way. So sad, man. Alcohol, it's like so horrible for you. It's really hard for people to kind of keep things in check. I'm like on the fence with it. And it's really funny because, why is this little thing not working? It's really funny to me because I went to the Super Bowl party and was like unsure on whether I was going to drink or not.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and lift your head up briefly. I'm just going to move the pillow. Boop. There you go. And turns out I was drinking non-alcoholic all night and didn't realize it.
Oh.
I was like, Rox, what did you put in here? It's so smooth. She's like, oh, that's our non-alcoholic option. I was like,
awesome.
well, this is the universe. It was like some sort of lemonade, like a purple blackberry lemonade. I was like, God, this was so great. Because I tried the margarita and I was like, geez, that's strong. And so I switched back to the lemonade. She was like, yeah, that's our non-alcoholic variety. I was like, oh, well, thanks. Apparently the universe wants me sober. Yeah.
I stayed home because I got car sick.
No.
I cannot sit in the back seat of a car. And we went to brunch with my neighbors.
Mm.
And it's funny because, you know, like, well, we should all go together because we live next door to each other. It doesn't make sense for us to take two separate cars, but we should have. It's ended up just laying down and not being able to go to Super Bowl, which I could care less. I'm not super into sports.
No, I was more there for social.
Yeah.
And commercials.
And my friend throws like the greatest party, but I just stayed in bed and then my girlfriend came over and watched a movie.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
$250 spending.
Hey,
$100,
girl, that's
good.
great. Well, that's a victory.
That's perfect. That's my portion of our California trip.
Heck yeah. So funny. I started donating plasma in like the holiday season because I was like,
Did it hurt?
And I'm so used to doing IV therapy
Oh, okay.
that like these people are actually way better at doing IVs than the nurses at the restore.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because that's all they do.
Yeah.
Stick all day. And so it started off as just like, oh, they're doing like this thing where you can make I was like, yeah, $200 a week. And I was like, well, shoot, I'll do it. Or maybe it was 100 a week. No, it was 2. Because it was 100 per donation. You do 2 weeks. So it was 200 a week.
Are you tired after?
I had one day where I had a complication, but I think it was because I was about to start my cycle. I don't normally have one. So ever since that one day, I haven't had an issue, you know?
How much blood do they take?
They take your plasma, so they give you all your blood back. So they pull the blood, spin it, give you the red blood cells back, take the plasma. So, and then they also give you fluids at the end.
Oh, that's cool.
So we have a trip coming up in March, and this week I will have done all of my donations to pay for the trip.
How many is that?
I don't know. I'd have to do some math to figure out
How many times a week?
2.
2?
But now it's like, it was, let's see, it was 80 plus, it was like 120. Now they're paying me 115. They keep reducing, but now I think the pay is about to go up because it's slow season again. So it varies. I don't know how many times.
How long does it take?
Now I've started going at 7 a.m. and it takes like 1 hour.
That's a long time.
Well, that's with check-in and donation. Donation takes like 30 to 45 minutes. But I just sit there and do marketing on my phone. I'm like, and my thing is like, it's nice to have the extra income, but also they need like 125 donations for one person to live a year. So I was like, yeah. And I'm like, and I've got that good stuff. I'm like, never done anything really crazy. Didn't take the vaccine. So I don't know if that changes my plasma, but at least things are like natural in a sense.
Yeah. If you took it, do they not want?
They don't want you if you've recently had COVID or done the vaccines recently.
Oh, okay. I stopped doing it. I did initially I did because nobody wanted to come get body work.
So crazy, isn't it?
You weren't vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This side doesn't feel nearly as tight.
That's good, right? People were acting real crazy back then. Yeah, I want you to massage my back, but I don't want you to stand over me. And I'm like, sir, I can't physically do that. God gave me normal length arms to my normal length body. Like there's no extra long arms over here. I am short with short arms. That's what it is. So it was like that meme that was going around about the person wrapped up in plastic with a rake. I'm like, that's what I felt like people literally were expecting. I'm like, I physically can't do this, sir. As much as I'd love to help you out, I can't physically do that.
Oh, here.
Okay. Whoa, is that magnetic?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Love that. Did you ever go check out that spot that you said was near you? The God, I'm blanking on what the name of the facility is. The one that's that little gym with the cold plunge and
That
sauna.
really nice one.
What's that?
I can't remember. Was it the really nice one?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of it. I
Same.
was
I need
actually
to-
trying to find it.
I'll give you their name again. I'll have to text her and
Couldn't
ask.
remember.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about having a name like that. It's hard to lock into your brain because it's so different.
Yeah. Mine's easy to remember.
Mm-hmm. Remind me the name of your business?
Falala.
Oh yeah, that's good. Might as well plug you. Yeah, I like that. I thought it was very interesting that in that part of town, like you're not allowed to have business signs. I'm like, how do you survive?
I have a sign.
They were saying that, like, I don't know if it's just that shopping center or if it's that part of Bee Cave or what. They're not allowed to have one.
The place.
That gym.
Oh.
Because it's in that little medical shopping center right there on the corner of Bee Caves and 360.
That's really close to me. It has signs out there.
I don't know. I was there for the ribbon cutting, and I'm friends with the gal that's invested. And I don't know if it's just that shopping center. I don't know. It's weird.
You just reminded me, though. I gotta have Marty come back to my office because my sign keeps coming out of the wall.
No bueno.
It's on it again, and then yesterday. If it gets windy, it starts to come out of the wall.
Ooh. This has been such a mild winter. I know. I'm like, do I trust this?
But what's that mean for summer?
Oh, I know. Scary.
Because last year's
Miserable.
it made me look at California every single day, and I was looking at real estate.
That's what we were doing too. Except we were looking Colorado. We're
Yeah,
like,
you love it.
"Ugh, we love it out there. And we're like, you know what? Eventually it's going to have to happen because it's like, we're just so happy there. And I'm like, Cody can get work. And I'm like, I think people that are active, you know, this is like what they need.
Was he HVAC or
But he's electrical.
electrical? I knew something like that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We needed him.
Yes. He's always here if you ever need any help.
I always forget. I gotta yeah, I should just save him to my phone so that
Mm-hmm.
way if we meet.
Oh, yeah. He's fantastic.
And he works for himself? Or does
Mm-hmm. He works for someone, you know, Monday through Friday, and then he does side jobs after work and on weekends. Yeah, he's fantastic. Like when the world was all shutting down, he was out in West Texas working on Jeff Bezos's property. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I was asking him yesterday. He didn't have any FaceTime with him.
Oh, okay.
It was more of like, Jeff is coming. Turn the music off. Don't look at him when his helicopter's landing.
Really?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I was asking him yesterday, I'm like, why don't you name drop that you worked on Jeff Bezos's property more? I'm like, that just shows like the level of work you do because you're working on one of the richest people in the world's house. Like there's no room for error, you know? It's like, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we met some welders yesterday because we found some like condensed nitrogen and like something else on the road. And like the fire department didn't want anything to do with it. And we were like, well, what are we gonna do with this? We're not taking this home. This is like explosive. You know what I mean? And we took it to some random welder. And I guess that's what they use to do welding. Yeah. And the guy's like, all right, we need an electrician. We'll call you.
I went to leave yesterday to go to I had an event scheduled,
Mm-hmm.
Valentines event.
Oh, nice.
And then, I didn't make it.
Uh-uh.
So I go to leave and my electric car won't start, but it's fully charged. So I had no idea there's a 12-volt battery in there that also needs to be charged. And so I had just enough time to make it there on time. And then, of course, I had to call roadside assistance. And it was 90 minutes before they came. I was starving.
Oh, what a bummer.
So my friend came out and met me and we grabbed dinner. And we just stayed somewhere that was like less than 5 minutes away. So that way, when they called and said they were close, and we just
Pop over there.
So he left me at the restaurant eating and met the guy. And he's like, oh, I could have helped you. I have the same charger.
Oh my gosh. Could beat him. Well, now you know. So is this a new car to you?
I've had it since 2022.
And that thing just went out? That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, right when I'm supposed to be somewhere. Not on a night that I don't have any.
Right?
Which is most nights.
Oh gosh.
Marty's like, well, I can come get you and drop you off. I'm like, it's over now.
What a pain. Yeah, car trouble never happens when like it's a convenience. Like all of my brakes decided to just like start to go out right as I started wanting to F around with Uber.
Oh.
I was like, so we changed out the rear, take a big breath in, big breath out. Big breath. And yeah, we changed the rears. He was like, my boyfriend said, there's no way it's your rear brakes. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm telling you, my rear brakes. Well, it was all of them. So we're finishing changing out the rest today. Big breath in.
He's doing it? Or?
Oh yeah, thank God. $500 to $600 per like front and back if I were to go somewhere. Crazy. Big breath. When all it was $170 for the rear, and then a nice homemade dinner for the boyfriend. Big breath. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? So I was like, well, I don't want to hurt my rating, so I'm gonna just deliver food today.
Oh, you do that too?
Well, it's like Uber is all tied together. The Uber Eats and the Uber X and all that other stuff.
Okay.
It's all in one application. So like I was randomly driving and then I'm like having to drive with flowers in my car and I'm like, I am not set up for this. 30 minutes in rush hour traffic holding the place. I was like, Mary, I will not drop your flowers. It's interesting. Yeah, my rear brakes were completely gone.
How old's your car?
15. So like 115,000 miles. So this is like the first time the rear brakes are getting changed. Mm-hmm. In most of its life, it hasn't been driven too much, mostly at home. All those miles are road miles going home. I was laughing. I was like, I feel like everyone that uses the application needs to drive one day so they understand, because I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense as to why this or this happens, with your orders.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was all connected.
Mm-hmm. And for the most part, they should ping you when it's ready. And then you just basically go pick it up and take it. And everything's closed up. You can't look in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's some places that wait till you get there to ping. And it's like,
When Uber Eats can't, but they don't pay as much as just.
no. No. I was laughing this morning. I was like, these people are crazy. It'd be like 20-minute drive for $2 in pay. And I was like, no. Yeah. I'm like, this is not my career. So I don't care if my acceptance rate is low. I have morals here. I have boundaries. And I'm telling you, I was like, these people want me to go home and do some marketing instead, don't they? Because that's a better way to spend my time if that's what.
And then you don't get paid for your 20-minute drive back.
No. So you have to be careful to not accept jobs like out in Leander or whatever if they're far out by the lake, because you probably can't get a job coming back. So then you have that time out. I accidentally I did like 2 hours of Ubering earlier, and I accidentally picked one that was a drop off way out there, like way off 1431 West. And I was like, why did I do this? But I got excited. I saw like $12 and I was like, oh yeah, but that's a 30-minute out of the way drive. I was like, whatever, you got to learn your lesson. So I'm like, all right, don't get excited and just poke the button. I'll tell you, it is funny to see what people get delivered to them. It's like you're spending so much on fees and delivery, and they're getting like McDonald's or like boba tea. I'm like, what?
Someone had In-N-Out delivered to the office, and they just dropped it by the mailboxes. It was sitting there for 2 weeks.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy.
And it came, and then I was gone. I was traveling. It's when I went to Spain and I came back, and it was still there.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't touch it because I was like, oh, well, maybe someone got some food today.
It's funny. Go ahead and go face up. Get this big guy out of the way. I'm gonna put your necklace just with your stuff.
Like down.
No, whatever's comfortable to you. Have you been to that cidercade yet?
Yeah. Oh.
Is it worth it? Nah. Well, you're barely paying any money, so it's like you wonder. I was like, $10 and then all you can play? Huh.
No, I like the other place. What is it called? And it's like a bunch of teenagers in there.
Yeah.
You feel like something. And they only have cider. They don't have anything else.
They were doing an event, I think tonight. I saw and I was like, Cody, we could go and be red. They're doing the stop and go events where it's like green if you're single, you wear like a wristband or a shirt,
God.
yellow if it's complicated, or red if you're taken. I was like, Cody, we can go play games and be taken together. He's like, you're a weirdo. I was like, yeah, I know.
There's another arcade place though that we like, and it's you can bring your own booze.
I think I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of it. They have 2 locations.
I don't know. We just went to the one, and then we swung by Total Wine and grabbed some stuff, and it was fun.
Yeah, there was one we went to, it was down off 23 somewhere, but then I swore that the old Alamo turned into one up off 23.
It's like super old school, and like,
which I think is the best.
Yeah, I liked it. It's not fancy, but
No. I could be a kid again, you know?
and it's not as crowded as Cidercade.
Oh, Cidercade. I imagine it's because it's trendy.
It's like there's nothing open to play on. It cleared out like after an hour, but
Do you want me to bolster your legs?
I'm sure.
Boop. Is that too big for you?
No, I think
Cool.
it's okay.
I like these. They're actually made in California, but they're really nice bolsters. And they're super comfy. There's a leg lift one I want to get. I got the wedge thinking it was the leg lift, and I was like, no.
How much are these?
I bought it as a set, so it's the big one. I have the small skinny one, and then the meditation. I think it was around like 170 for all 3. No, and the outer part you can take off and wash.
Nice.
Gotta have that. Otherwise, it's not functional.
Did it take getting used to not using oil?
No, I mean, there's times where I still bust it out, you know?
Yeah.
It was really frustrating though, because there was a time back in, it was like 2018, I got to massage Modest Mouse.
Oh, cool.
But this is before I was like really training with Robert. So it just sucks. It was like right before I started training with Robert. And so one of the guys wanted no oil, and I didn't really know what to do at that time. I was still pretty green. I don't know. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But I'm like, if only I had worked with them after I'd trained with Robert. I'm like, I would have blown them away. The lead singer was like, would you want to tour with us? I had just gotten back from like Costa Rica or something. I was like, I have nothing on my schedule. I just got back in town.
But then you didn't?
No, they never got the call. I was like, damn it. I was like, that would have been fun. And I always say, I'm like, I think it's because that one dang guy that wanted no lotion. And I was like, I didn't blow him away like I did the other people. Mm-hmm. Whenever you're doing all your esti stuff, are you dominant with this arm? Is it like in an awkward position?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But this is the one I'll use on my devices with this hand.
It's the working arm.
I've been doing a lot on my green hands.
Stuff's the best. It frustrates me when I donate plasma and they don't pay us crap because I'm like, I know what this is worth. Because I've had they called it the vampire facial.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, man, that was like the best facial I've ever had.
But here's the thing, and people don't understand this. If you're not healthy, there's no sense in circulating plasma and putting it back in. Like,
Yeah, because
They're gonna
it's not
benefit you.
great plasma. Yeah.
Better to have somebody else's. Starting to learn about peptides and stuff.
Mm.
Thinking I might do it for my Achilles, which feels great right now, but it still decides to act up whenever it feels like it. I don't think I can ever wear heels again. Not that I ever really did very often because I find them so uncomfortable to begin with. But yeah, it'll act up and then it puts me out of commission for 5 days.
What was the original injury?
I ruptured.
Like running?
Like, foot golf.
I love foot golf. Dang it, shut up. Ruptured to doing that.
Kick. Never even made contact with the ball. And it's a thing like Marty's like, oh, can we do this weekend? I said, yeah, that sounds awesome. And I always think of stuff. Is it possible I'm going to get injured and I'm not going to be able to do massage or skincare? If there's a chance, a slight chance,
you're like, I'm out.
I won't ski or snowboard like you do because I'm like, probably get injured. Anyways, yeah. Never in a million years did I think.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I didn't even make contact with the ball. I wish I had a better story. I couldn't do Ashi for 9 months. And that's when I was like, all right, well, what am I going to do with my time? Because I get really freaking bored because I'm ADHD. And so that's when I learned how to build websites. And I was sitting on my couch and I'm like, I'm going to learn how to do this. For 2 months straight, I got so addicted because every time I couldn't figure something out, I'd start watching all these YouTube videos. And at the time, my friend James, he did websites, and so I would message him and ask him, here's the situation. He'd tell me exactly what to do. He died of COVID since.
So sorry.
So I don't have him anymore, but
it's so sad.
Yeah, he was super obese, and I think he should have gotten vaccinated, but he refused, and he refused to really
get health
kind of take care of anything.
It's so sad.
Or just be cautious or nothing. He wasn't doing anything, and he's like, I'm not going to live my life in fear. God's got me. And he died quick. But anyways, yeah, so I learned, and then sometimes it would keep me up. I'm like, I figure this out. I'd be up till 6 a.m. But now I pretty much know how to do almost everything. I do run into some glitches on occasion, and I'll pay somebody on Fiverr like $5 or $10 to just make an update or do whatever. But I always ask them to explain it to me so that way
I want to understand.
And I write down every step. I've got so many freaking notes and shit.
I bet. I get so frustrated. I try so hard, and it was like a former bar client of mine that I knew did this kind of stuff, and so that's why I reached out to. But he just didn't want to funk with me. He never accepted the massages. You know what I mean? He gave them to a friend, and so I met a friend of his through that. I was giving her massages for him because I was like, well, he's not taking them, so I'll just pay you with massages.
All right.
But
did you get a client out of it?
Yeah, for a while. She was a client of mine. Yeah. But I'm like, I reached out to him and was like, Andrew, please help me. Just help me get it posted again. I'm like, I don't know why.
This is who did
The
last one that
website,
you're-
yeah. He's the guy who built
Where's
it.
he at?
He like doesn't want to do it. He's like a lead software engineer or something. Like he's super smart, but he just doesn't want to funk with my website. So I was like, I need to hire someone.
Well,
Gotta
if
do
you're
something.
not on WordPress, that's going to be the best for, oh, I feel that radiating. That's the best for SEO. It works best with Google.
That's what's up.
So,
Yeah, I was like, I need to go back to school for this because the amount of money they charge for SEO is like amazing.
oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
But there's so many plugins and stuff. So I'm trying to learn rank math now, so I can get that going. It's the best software on the market, and it's like less than $100 a year.
No way. What's it called?
Rank math.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's different plugins. Like you could go up above 100 if you do some of their other stuff, but like it'll rewrite your content for you because it installs the AI stuff.
Yeah, I saw
like
even
the
Vagero was
way-
doing AI with their new software. I had AI. I had AI write my email today. I was like, make this better. Okay, make it shorter because that's way too long. And one time I had it write a post for my personal Facebook, and my friend called me out. She's like, you didn't write this. I was like, you're right. Shh. I was like, yeah, I totally don't talk like that. You called me. Crazy. And like, at least some countries, they have it to where your esti and your massage license are like, you have to get both.
Really?
At least that's how it was in Jamaica. Robert was telling me because he went there to teach a class. He was like, yeah, they're estheticians and yeah.
So everyone's dual license.
Yeah. They didn't know what the hell he was doing. He came there with the mat-based work. They're like, what?
How long have you known him?
For 6 years now.
I forgot where you said we asked you before. Where'd you guys meet?
So I was at my first job at Massage Harmony, and there's this guy, Tim McCoy. I don't know if you know him, but he's amazing. He's this huge guy. I mean, like, not like thickness. Like, he's just a tall man. To the point where, like, when I used to get on his table, he has a stool there for you, you know, because he's so dang tall. But he had trained with Robert, and so when I came in, I had just gotten into 2 rear-end car accidents, 8 months apart, and then also had a snowboarding accident where I partially tore cartilage in one and then ligament in the other wrist. So I was feeling really funky my first year being a therapist, and it was killing me really. I was hurting pretty badly, just doing 8-hour days on Fridays and just dealing with all those injuries as such a new therapist. And so I just kept saying like, I'm hurting. And he was like, you need to go meet Robert Gardner. You need to go. And I was like, all right, I'll meet Robert Gardner. So I finally reached out to Robert, and I was the body for some Lomi video with Jason Bratcher. So that popped off because Robert didn't know how to do.
He's a cuckoo head.
We don't really talk anymore. He went off on me when all the Black Lives Matter stuff happened, and I was like,
shit on everything.
yeah, he lost his crap on me and blocked me. And I was like, I was just saying that if people were parading across my yard with a gun, I might walk out too. But I didn't know what the people had done. I shouldn't have spoken. That white couple that I'm like, I don't know what they did. I was like, I'm just saying that if there was people marching across my yard with guns, I'm going to probably have a gun too,
We were
And that was
really
it.
good friends, and he lost his shit on me. He does it to everybody.
Yeah.
And
hard to-
then you ask yourself why you have no friends.
Yeah.
This won't be.
That makes me feel
video,
better because
right?
I was like, huh? Well, I'll mute it on that. Plus, most people that watch this are not from the area. But no, we'll.
But the thing that kills me is, you know, he teaches Lomi like he's this
Sacred man.
the holier than now.
Uh-huh.
Such a freaking.
Dude, he got so mad at us. He got so mad at us that he said that Robert sexualized his work. And it's like, sir, I'm completely naked with a scarf over my genitalia and I'm oiled up. Like, it's just visually sexual. You know what I mean? It's like, we didn't choose that, you know? And because he used music, 0 payments were made from YouTube. And it's like 90% of Robert's views. It's crazy. It's like, it went viral. But it went viral because Robert didn't know how to pick a thumbnail and it just like looked suggestive. But I mean, it was literally just the work he was doing, you know what I mean? So it was a hit in India. So that was my first meeting with Robert. And he was like, well, that went well. You know, like, you want to be the body for my phase 2? And I was like, cool. So we recorded phase 2, which was like a 2 or 3 day thing of recording at this yoga studio out in Bastrop. Mm-hmm. The videographer lost everything. So Robert's like, gosh, dang it, we have to record again. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. I'll be there. And so we record again. He loses like an entire day. So you have to record a 3rd time. Yes.
What was wrong with the guy?
He is horrible. Obviously, Robert never used him again, but like, the guy even took some videos and stuff for me and he like wouldn't give them to me. He like wanted me to like pay a bunch of crazy money. It's like, bro, you lost our footage 3 times. Like, how can you even be like that? So we never worked with him again. But the positive side was that I rapidly received a lot of body work, you know, which most students or like clients don't receive that much when they first come into the body work. So for me, it was like, wow, I never knew my neck could feel normal again. I never knew my arms could feel this way. And then that's when I was like, okay. I drank the Kool-Aid. I was like, I need to get in on this with Robert. And so I started training with him and just never looked back. When I moved into this house, I still had I called it my Cadillac. I still had my nice hydraulic table. But I quickly realized, actually, I didn't even move the hydraulic table in. I made the decision. I was like, you know, I'm going to get off the table. If I keep offering it, people won't get off, you know? They go for what they know. And I get it, you know, it's like, you don't want to waste your money on something you don't know if it's going to work for you. But, yeah, so when we moved in, I had my mobile table still and was like, okay, I'll do it on this because this is going to be me easing out. Then one day I was like, no, I'm just not offering it anymore. It's like, you know, everyone offers table, so they can get that anywhere. But for chronic pain, you know, let's come to the mat. But yeah, it was super funny because I'll go back and look at that video. And it's because he wanted that stupid wave music. No money was paid. And I will tell you, it looks cool. It doesn't feel good. It felt like, because it felt like he was never gripping my tissue. You know what I mean? It felt like it was all gliding over the surface, but nothing was actually getting done. You know? So visually, very impressive. But when it came like to what it actually felt like, I was like, I was like, maybe if we weren't recording, it would feel better. That does make me feel better that he acts crazy with other people too. Because I was like,
he was in love with me, which is what happens to him with every girl he becomes friends with. And when Marty and I started dating,
couldn't handle it, I'm sure.
He just lost his shit.
And it didn't help that Marty's such a nice guy.
He's so nice. But he never like told me. Everybody else told me.
It's like, sorry, you're too old to be acting like this.
He's a good Lomi teacher, though. But man, I remember he had so many issues at his job. Everybody was out to get him. He's just he's got that victim mentality.
For sure. And he reacts first and doesn't ask questions ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I wasn't coming at you. I was just saying, I don't even know the background of what you're talking about. And I was like, well, I shouldn't have even thrown my head into that.
You know what? I don't miss him.
Mm-mm.
The other day, I got a reminder of something him and I did, and I just deleted him from my phone.
And I remember those words you said, you don't want anyone touching your face. So I'm going to use the pillowcase too.
Oh, yeah. The last time I got a massage, and the guy, I told him, don't touch my face. It's still clearing up. And the next day, I had like 9 pimples on my forehead. This one's still not gone.
Mm-mm.
It's like cystic.
Mm-mm.
I have 2 left that are clearing up right there. So, but man, he's such a good therapist.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good memory.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
2:37. Is something calling to you, or are you just checking on time?
Well, I forgot I had a Zoom, so I'm gonna hop on it as soon as
We're done.
we're done. Try to get on it.
And you can just, for payment and stuff, because I always take some time, I'll just shoot you my Venmo and you can take care of it once you're done with stuff. I'm not tripping.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some cash.
Oh, perfect. I love it. What time is your Zoom appointment?
It's at 3.
Do you want me to finish just a couple moments before so you're not rushing?
No, it's not important because I'm gonna do it like it's a class pass Zoom.
Oh, okay.
They're, you can offer your massages and stuff on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done it or?
Been there, done that.
It's a mess though.
Mess.
So
And not to
I'm trying
mention,
to figure out how to make it work where it's not a mess.
it's on their end though. It's their end that's the mess. You can do whatever you want.
Sinks.
Nothing
So
sinks.
the only reviews I have are bad reviews because I didn't even know that I had an appointment.
Yeah, because it's like you're connected, but it's still.
Then you don't have a phone number for the client.
Yeah, you have no way to do anything. It's super annoying.
So, yeah, I just want to have a conversation with them because I re-signed up and then I got 2 bookings that didn't sync with my calendar and I couldn't see them. And I got too bad.
What did it for me was, I know you saw probably that, how I went to that place and there was a people. And they're still on ClassPass. The lady even publicly responded on Yelp about why they have the cat's eye open, is what she called it. And it's because some of her employees do illicit work. She straight up put that. So I got screenshot it and sent it to TDLR and was like,
what?
I swear. I was like, well, how can you publicly say this? Yeah. And so for me after that, as a person that was, as a client, a consumer, that was completely ignored by the app for a whole month. It took them to respond to me.
Their service is terrible.
Horrible. I was like, I can't be on here because it makes us look bad as the provider because their system is not working.
Yeah.
And I said, they're like, we'll give you more money if you come back. And I was like, no, you guys make us look bad. I said, you need to send an email out to all the people and say, hey, we're so sorry that you've experienced this. This is our fault, not the providers. But they won't own up to it being them,
So you stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of my friends, he owns Chris Gets You Fit. He's a fantastic personal trainer. And they just suddenly, he got his cold plunge on there in the sauna, and then they suddenly stopped allowing him to provide that, but then he can't get anyone on the phone. And I was like, yeah, you feel like when you sign up that they've got it together, and then you get in the process and you're like, oh no, now there's no one to talk to. No one responds.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a provider. I just want to get Lizette on there because
to get her.
The minute I put her on, she got microcurrent clients. The minute. But I don't even know if she's set up properly. I don't know what the rate is because all my prices have gone up. So it's just been a bit of a clusterfuck. So I'm trying to
smooth some things out for her.
Yeah. I'm just going to put the microcurrent facial on there. And And then I don't want that money coming. Well, I just don't understand like the payments. If you add a provider, is it going to come to me?
And then you have to pay them, but you want it to go straight to them.
But yeah, like how is that tracked? But I don't want her to get the whole thing because I pay her commission.
Mm-hmm. How do they do y'all's payments? Because for massage, it was 50% they took. Well, you could only charge 50% of what you charge.
I had negotiated, so I had a higher rate.
It's good.
I think I was getting 65.
Good for you. So you have no, when you're a sole working for yourself, you have no anything to try to talk, you know, it's like, but when you have people you work with or work for you, I feel like that gives you leverage.
Yeah. But yeah, then my prices went up, so my rates are still at my old prices. I think. I don't know. I don't know how to check anything.
Yeah. I get them on the phone. I'm happy you have that meeting today.
I've been waiting over a month.
Hell yeah. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up. Biggest breath. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath in. And out. Rotate your head the other direction. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. And find a new spot. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath. Big breath out. Big breath. Big breath in. Big breath. Big breath. And big. I was just taking a breath. I'm about to stretch you. And big breath. And big breath in. And so with doing Ashi, do you do like the little foot bath in the room with you?
I just sanitize my feet with some spray. I wash them before.
That's what I do. But I always wonder if clients are like, did they wash since they don't see it?
I always tell them.
Yeah.
Give
Because
me
I
a
always shower
second.
before I come in.
Yeah, so
and
I
then
rinse. I do my. I have a little tub thingy, so I'll clean my feet there before, and then I have my. I have like 3 sets of Ashi sandals that I sanitize with alcohol, and so I'll have those sandals on, and then so I'll start, with oil, and then I'll tell them I'm going to wash my hands, sanitize my feet, and before I get on the table. And so I always let them know that way. And they hear me doing it. So. I love ashi.
If I didn't do Thai, I would do ashi. That's a fact.
And sarga, have you looked into that?
Is that the one where you have the straps on the table?
It's so much deeper.
Is it? Than table?
It's slower than ashi, yeah. It's just another fixed practice. And you can set up. I don't know how they do it. There's slow-paced sarga. Does Robert teach at Waterstein or?
They take 50% of your sale, of your income. 50%. And I will tell you, I took his class at Waterstein when he used to teach there, and it was extremely stressful to me.
Why?
24 students.
Oh, geez.
Because in order to make any money as an instructor, you have to. If they're taking 50%, you know what I mean? I think a lot of students just don't think about that. They'll be like, hey, are y'all coming to Southern California? It's like, what? No, can't. I mean, you want to pay a lot of money for it. I'm like, shoot, I can't even imagine what rentals would be like in California if with the real estate,
18 years.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say, give myself credit for this because I'm very resourceful. And so I was able to live in San Francisco. I had the cutest little place, a 2-bedroom house. I had a garage. I had laundry, which
all the finer things is hard to find there.
Which is so stupid.
Right?
And but nobody has it. Everyone has a laundromat. And I was able to rent my 2nd bedroom, and I asked my landlord. He goes, I don't care what you do as long as I get the rent. He was great. He was from Argentina, so we hit it off. I just started speaking in Spanish, and he was the cutest, the sweetest guy on the planet. I loved him. And so yeah, I rented my 2nd bedroom on Airbnb. I lived completely rent-free.
Dang, that's amazing.
I saved almost $50,000 before I moved here.
Wow.
So yeah, I was like,
that's definitely something to be proud of.
The most expensive city in the U.S., and I am living rent-free, and I still had my job.
That's amazing.
At the Olympic Club doing massage, and that was amazing too because that was it was great because I moved there, and I'm like, how the hell am I going to afford to live here? And I did some research, and I was like, okay, this is where I want to work. It's the first private country club in the country. They have 25,000 active members.
Wow, that's great.
So you get there and you don't have to build your clientele.
It's just there waiting for you.
It's there. And because I was new, everybody wanted to try me. And so I just so happened to walk in the front door. And
to a gold mine.
I wasn't dressed right, but I walked up to the front desk, and I remember Ernie, the security guard. Ma'am, you can't come in the front door dressed like that. I was like, okay, listen. I want to work here. Can you just let me know who I need to talk to? He's such a jerk. He apologized to me later. But, they got
the point of contact.
Yeah, so then I was like, I'll leave as soon as you give me the information. And then I did. And I contacted them. And I said, your timing could not be more perfect. Just let somebody go. We need somebody.
Right now.
The next day, and I started.
Wow, good for you.
It was like $50 an hour.
That's amazing. What a way to come into a new city.
Yeah, it wasn't really easy though. Like I had a couple rough months. I was couch surfing and Airbnb-ing. I slept on an air mattress in the dining room that was half the size of this.
Oh my gosh.
And the girl would walk through it. Am I turning?
No, you're fine.
She would walk through my room, climb over my air mattress to go in her kitchen and make her smoothies at 6 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Her cat kept puncturing my air mattress. I did that for like 4 months till I figured it out.
You're like, this is for the birds.
How the hell am I going to get a place here? It was like every time they announced a rental, you'd show up and it was like getting into a club. There'd be a door person and 800 people would show up.
Oh my God.
I had a good credit score, but you needed 3 times the rental income. You know, it's a nightmare.
Sounds like it.
And I met Juan Carlos, my landlord. I just saw a sign and walked in and was like, okay, I want to rent this place. And I called my grandma, can I borrow $7,500? That's what I needed.
Oh my God. Thank God for grandma.
I'm like, I'll pay you back in 2 months. Oh, it's so tight.
Is it too much?
No, it's good.
Okay. Are you feeling it more down up and top in the shoulder? Cool.
I felt it a little bit when you let go, like in the QL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. I was at Solid Core. Solid Core? Wait, which one's the Core Power Yoga? Yeah, I was at Core Power. I get them mixed up all the time.
Oh, man, that yoga sculpt.
Oh, girl, Karen was having us do all these hip dips. And then I was like, why am I dying? Oh yeah, hip dips. We did a bazillion of them. I was like, crap. I'm like, and I'm strong from doing all that.
Yeah.
Solid core. Yeah, I'm really strong from doing all that solid core. But it would just jack me up so bad. I'm like, why am I getting just that tight? Like, I don't want to get to where I have to have body work after working out. Like that is.
But I was like, oh, this is perfect. I do the breathe and then I come.
Oh, I know. I was like, that is
Abby,
perfect.
the hardest teacher, the owner, she kicks your. She's so hard. She's my favorite though.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody teaches like her.
I'm gonna have to come take a class with you.
I go at
Noon.
Mm-hmm.
You say you do the Friday class too, right?
I go Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday?
Well,
always at noon?
Well, I skip Wednesdays, but today I didn't skip because I don't get to. I usually do yoga on Wednesday nights, so Wednesdays I'll skip.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's Valentines, I'm not doing yoga today, so I signed up
Mm-hmm.
today. And so I'm gonna make sure I get a workout in it because I'm probably gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
Thursdays I will do a 4:30 class, 5:30 sometimes. But
I had this workout buddy. We're gonna go face down. And the way I generally do this, we'll see if this works for you.
Mm-hmm.
I put this down for your chest so that we can keep your forehead nice and neutral.
okay.
And so you can put your forehead here and then your face here in this hole. That way you can breathe. I created this during COVID with all the masks. I was like, this doesn't work. If you can't breathe, you can't relax. Wherever's comfy. Yeah, my workout buddy, she was the one that really got me going back into it. But then it's like things happen. I don't know what, she had a back issue and I was like, she slipped a disc and now she's feeling a lot better and she's back into it, but she only works out at like 2. And I'm like, that's such a hard time for me to make, is like 2 and 4 regularly. I'm like, it's the middle of the day.
What time is good for you?
Like morning time is best. But sometimes it's like right now work is slow. So I am open more around like noon and stuff. I could totally make those classes work.
Okay.
I'm going to come with you. I'd love to.
So Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays.
Okay. I'm going to look at it.
Sometimes I'll do
Mm-hmm.
It really just depends on who's teaching because I'm very particular.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Because it can make or break the class.
And there's one problem.
I am the same way. Yeah, it stinks. My girlfriend, she's a psychologist. Wait, is that right? She's in one of those ways. She's yeah, something like that. But I was like, are all your clients at like the morning? She's like, well, I've got a lot of doctor appointments right now in the morning. I was like, I was like about to say, why are all your classes like 2:30 to 5? I'm like, dang it. And like literally work's been slow, and she'll send me her class pass signups for the week, and it will all be like, I'm like, how are you doing this? It's like the one client I have on that day and you're booking during that time. I'm like, well, the universe is doing this for a reason. We'll get together one day. Get back to our working out together. But I actually did just see practice yoga because I've been seeing that on ClassPass, and I was like, there it is. That's the one thing that the Uber does do positively is you're getting out of like where you normally drive. So you're seeing some places that you have like seen or heard of, and you're like, oh, that's where it is. Okay.
And that it's donation based too. So
Mm.
you can do $99.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm.
And to me, I almost thought, because I probably leave her. Well, I always leave like $15. So, but I'm going 4 times a month.
Yeah.
So that's 60. I may as well just do the 99 and maybe go on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just wish Black Swan did more like other things than just power. Yeah. They have a really great girl named Allison who works both locations, Anderson and Round Rock. And she is phenomenal. Like, I really love going to her classes. She's like a 7 a.m. though, so it's so hard for me to go to 7 a.m. class. Yeah, I know. That's lovely. Yeah. I've been trying to break my old bartending habits, but it's really hard.
I never bartended.
You're just a night owl? Yeah.
My whole family is well, on my mom's side, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So where do you have most issues with being hypermobile? Really? Wow.
I mean, everything's double jointed. I can like, um, yeah, it's a lot of stuff like elbows and stuff. I have to really focus on not hyperextending.
Mm-hmm.
All my fingers. Oh my! I feel like it's all my joints.
It's crazy. I saw a video recently where a guy picked up like an apple with the backside of his hand because his fingers were all double jointed. We had to watch it a couple times. We were like, what just happened? How the heck did that person just do that?
When I was younger, when I was even more mobile, I could put both of my feet behind my head.
Oh my gosh.
Which some yogis just do that naturally.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope that ClassPass helps you out with all of your questions today, since you've been so patiently waiting for your dang appointment.
I forgot about it. I saw the reminder.
Thank God, because I missed mine too when I was trying to get out of them. And I was like, crap, now I gotta wait like weeks to get back in. Well, I hope you feel a little bit better today as you go about your day. That shoulder gives you a little bit of a break. Mm-hmm. I could feel it earlier when I had you face up. I was like, oh, I need to touch these before I let her out of the way. All that Pilates.
Foot sweeps.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do a quick stretch before you go.
Super lunges.
Big breath in. Big. Big breath in. Big. All right, my dear. You are very welcome. It was funny. I had done a video with a girlfriend of mine came into town and we just like sped it up and posted it. And it was like all the views it got. And I was like, it's a dark room. I didn't even have my lights up yet. I was like, how is that going?